It starts with a wrong number.
Hi, is this Errol?
Sorry, wrong number.
Apologies, my assistant must have got it wrong.
No worries.
Hey, you seem like a nice person. Maybe we can be friends.
Scammers laying the groundwork for the pig butchering con, where they lure their victim, the proverbial pig, under the guise of friendship.
The term pig butchering does come from that scenario of fattening up a pig for slaughter. So the scammers are trying to fatten up their victim in order to take all their money.
Federal police today sounding the alarm after seizing an instruction manual detailing all the tactics.
This manual is a sort of playbook that the criminals will use to train themselves and train others on how to scam their victims.
The manual features 4 key steps. Packaging, where the scammers take the persona of a good-looking, successful business owner or investor and send an accidental hello text to the wrong number. Raising, where they'll slowly groom the victim with daily check-ins that develop into psychological manipulation. Killing, where the victim is directed to an elaborate fake investment site. And cash out, when the victim refuses to invest more and the scammer tries a last-ditch effort for one final payout.
Often it'll start as friendship, but then it might be taken in the direction of a romantic relationship. They'll often refer to destiny, that it's destiny that they've met with their victim.
These scams are long cons, taking place over months, even years. Scammers flaunt their lavish lifestyles and send investment statements with fake profits to keep it going for as long as possible.
In the past, scammers have really just picked people out of random, but in reality today, they'll identify a victim who may have recently lost a loved one, could be someone who's suffered a significant financial loss as well. So they're identifying targets who are easy prey.
Pig butchering isn't particularly new, but the tactics have become increasingly advanced and harder to spot.
One incident we actually saw as a result of a raid we did overseas is there was a gentleman at the front of the classroom of this group of scammers actually giving elocution lessons. So they were teaching the scammers how to speak English so that when the phone would ring, you'd feel more at ease.
With Valentine's Day approaching, the AFP has also warned about similar tactics used in targeting lonely hearts, with data showing romance scams cost $40 million in 2022 alone. That's $109,000 a day. And that's just the victims who aren't too embarrassed to come forward.
If you think you've fallen victim to a scam, don't be embarrassed. It's really important that you report it early. And the earlier you report, the greater chance that action can be taken, including recovery of money.
It makes me so sad that they target people specifically because they're in a vulnerable position. I actually had a phone call version of this week where it was, and it was only once I saw this story that I was like, oh, because it was such a weird situation that somebody had called, asked for a name that wasn't mine. I said no, and then instead of doing the normal thing of just hanging up and going sorry, they said, oh, I must have got it wrong, and they started to kind of keep me on the phone. And eventually I sort of said, look, I've got to go. And I was like, can somebody scam me just by keeping me on the phone for 40? Like, it just felt weird and wrong and odd. Yes, but I didn't know until I saw this story that that's what, potentially could have been.
In this story, they're particularly targeting, I guess, lonely people. Rachel, why do you think you were targeted?
Life is grim. You heard it here first.